Hey, what is up, guys? It's Giltspire here, and welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are here once again with the Gannicus Manicus himself. How you doing today? How are you feeling after last match?
Yo, oh my goodness, that was some great play, to be honest with you. I was about to say interesting because we saw some great killers in this round. You told me there was some execution and pig, so I'm excited to see that and see the number 2 and number 3 team go against each other. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Gonna be pretty exciting to say the least. And I think actually standings-wise, I think right now, if we're not including obviously the match results from today, Golden Wolves was at top with the good old 12 points. And
Oh
so yeah,
wow.
it's Golden Wolves at top, Remedy right behind. They're actually tied with Sallow Eddie, who did claim a win today. So if Remedy is able to get a win over Golden Wolves, I think it could become anyone's game going into the final 2 rounds. Actually, the final round for this division.
Wow. So not only do we have 1 and 2, but there's a lot of stake right now, and so we're gonna see, man, if nerves get a hold of you and things like that. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, dude.
Indeed, indeed. And I want to point something. I was talking about rule set number 2 and the VHS, and we see Remedy here with the VHS and a crate of gears. All survivors with the bear traps already on, trying to use that
Oh
as
my
a bit of
goodness.
slowdown, not exactly expecting a head pop to occur.
Yeah, this is my style of play, though, dude. The VHS. You were talking about this. Here we go.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. This kind of puts the pressure on these survivors to maybe 99 gens rather than completing them. And a good hit there through the window by the pig. And I don't know if you guys heard what I heard, but I heard the ping of a save the best for last.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. That VHS kills me, man. I never get blessed by the RNG. We'll see if our pay does.
Yeah, I mean, these survivors definitely not shy of working on the gens, even though the VHS is active. Like I said, I think we're going to see a lot of 99 on the exegates or on the gens, and we see the first box there, I think on one of these survivors, checking that out and reducing their odds from 4 to 3, and this Nia trying to
Ooh.
see where this pig's coming from, but will get downed at the window.
Absolutely. I don't know if maybe they thought they were going to get a different vault, but Sad over here just punishing that.
Yeah, really good stuff, and Pig might be setting up for a camp here.
Oh, we'll see. I mean, right now it looks that way. Does anyone go for the unhook? This is almost like a bait, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we see Lori already have one party hat off, and so I think the idea is here that these survivors aren't going to be working on gens because they're going to be taking time to get their hats off instead, so the pig might not feel all too pressured. At the same time, I'd be a little bit worried about not having any gen regression potentially, and these survivors just 99ing gen after gen after gen all the while.
Absolutely. I mean, once you get your party hat off, if you know this, I mean, you already know that the pig's camping our survivor, and so basically your job is to just get on gen and get it done, seeing if you can get the pig away from the camp.
Yeah, indeed, but looks like we're going to pressure this to second stage after all. And the question is, will Pig camp to death, or will they go for gens? We haven't seen a single gen pop off yet, so I'm feeling like maybe the Pig's not feeling all too pressured.
Well, like you were talking about in the beginning, I mean, these survivors could be 99ing these gens.
Yeah, so only
I mean, there's 2 people
time-
right now. No hats.
Yeah, only time will tell. Yeah, no hats. This person's the only one left. The lone
Yeah, but it's
survivor at the party. And yeah, I think these survivors used their time well. And what would be even worse is if this pig got the wrong RNG and they found maybe if there's a kinship here, I think that might swing things in their favor. But there's one gen. We see a deadlock off in the distance. So that could be the 99 gen. It looks like Claudette trying to come in and bait this pig. And no kinship. I still see that timer ticking on down. But here's Lori, here's Claude going for the unhook. And they will get it.
Wow.
And the hit on the survivor on the hook will really put the pig in a rough spot.
Absolutely beautiful borrowed time as well.
Indeed, but pig going for this tunnel out, you know, hoping that this survivor here does not have a decisive strike. And, ooh, I think pig was surprised to see the Nia there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too, because that was a little bit of a turn back, almost a little mind game with themselves.
Indeed, indeed, but that gen has some pretty decent progression, and this survivor just running to the other side. We see Lori there over to the right, wondering if she's going to go for a body block here, and I think she is. Or
So
maybe
too,
not, just,
maybe not.
you know, relying on those pallets instead.
Yep, and this has been taking a little bit. Ooh, nice pallet stun right there by Ryan.
Yeah, great pallet stun, resets the bloodlust, looks like pig looking around, and, I mean, I'll say one thing to think about here is the fact that the Nia does have that deep wound status effect. That's 12 seconds of time if they mend themselves that they're no longer able to search the boxes for. So that might actually influence how much time is left on their bear trap before it potentially pops.
Absolutely. And, I mean, oh, man, here's the thing. It's like 2 gens have been done. So you wonder how many other ones there. They have at least halfway done because I thought there would be more gens done.
I think they're, you know, like
There
I
we
said,
go.
I think they are, they're doing just that. And we see, once again, not the gen over here was blocked. There's a different gen out there in a corner blocked off instead. So these survivors definitely holding on to specific gens. And I think the pig's plan might end up backfiring here.
I think so too. I think their survivor team did really well. They basically, I mean, they got all their hats off. They were able to go for the save. Ryan taking a great chase, basically making our pig go after somebody else, which is absolutely awesome. And now, I mean, and now they have their hat off. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, all that pressure, all for naught, and now it comes down to just making sure Ryan's able to get out of the game here, as Pig is trying to search for something to reel back in this match and hopefully get some kills out of it. And a very early drop there from the Meg. I respect it.
Yeah, I respect it too, just buying more time.
Pig getting a little bit distracted there by a noise notification. I'm wondering if that gen over there, you know, it's seen a lot of work. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be 99, and yeah, listen to that thing purr. This Claude will take a body block, and I don't know, this seems like the swan song for the pig.
Absolutely. Now, basically, this chase is just to waste time and reset, and this is beautifully done right now.
Yeah, but looks like Meg and Pig just gonna go out to the corner, have a good old time, and there is the down, but no party hats here for the Megan. And looks like it's gonna be a hook, but I think the last gen is 99, primed, ready to go, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see these fires take it nice and slow in case of a no-ed. We've seen both matches last team did just that. I'm wondering if these survivors are in that same mindset.
I was about to say the same thing. I mean, you have one person on hook, but you really control this game. This is your time where you kind of reset, take it, you know, get your totems, and you really just, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Unfortunately, that is a little bit past our 2-minute reset point. So, A, we see the last gen pop off at the worst time possible. B, we see an adrenaline from the Meg. And BT, though, coming in clutch, basically negating Noed. But Noed goes off. We see Claudette get healed, but I don't know. I think that DC may have just thrown the game to Remedy here.
Absolutely. What a turn of events, honestly. Now, the adrenaline BT, I love seeing that.
Oh, yeah, and it came into the perfect spot right here where adrenaline went off. BT still took the hit even though they're full healed, basically negating Noed. And I think we're looking at a one-man out here as Gritty's still on the ground, and I am doubtful that the Claudette is going to come in for the pickup here with Noed still up.
Absolutely, it's one of those times when you just live to die another day kind of things. I mean, oh
Ooh.
wait, that was unbreakable,
That
right?
was
Oh,
unbreakable. Oh no, I don't think the pig realized it was going to happen.
oh
They're
no,
going
oh
to get the
no,
out here potentially, and then Hatch will spawn at the
right, a
shack,
shack.
and Chrissy's going to be able to just jump right on out. But no, we see scratch marks here. What are they
Uh-oh,
thinking? They have the shack, they have the hatch. Why are they on
right,
this
they
side of the
do.
map?
Oh
This is
no,
interesting. But now, oh, I guess
they
maybe they
got
went
it.
through the middle and then went back. Interesting.
Man, that was a lot of action right there.
Fair enough, but man,
Oh, Soul Guard,
that was a whole lot. And oh, interesting. Looks like that was
Soul
Soul
Guard. That's
Guard and
awesome.
not BT that activated.
That was awesome.
Interesting. Very interesting. But either ways, I mean, a great result in the end. Very unfortunate about that third survivor. And that third survivor, by the way, was the Deliverance with the Unbreakable. So yeah, Soul Guard's what allowed them to get back up and get on going. But with that being said, looking like it's a close game at 15-15 as we are about to
Wow.
flip the sides. And this time with Golden Wolves as the killer, and once again with the pig.
Yeah, another pig game. I don't know that strat that the pig had last game. I don't know if it worked. I mean, it didn't work. I mean, the Survivor team was able to really stay concentrated, get their heads or their party hats off, and keep going. And so that was really well played by our Survivor team, not to freak out and worry about that.
Yeah, no, I mean that it definitely would throw a few wrenches into our plans for sure if all of a sudden like, oh, we're down a survivor.
Right.
What do we do?
Yeah. So the fact that they were able to still get that two out, even with somebody DCing and things like that, that was great play.
Yeah, no, it definitely a situation. Also, getting some conflicting information. Some people saying Soul Guard, some people saying BT. Pretty sure it's the BT. I was like, I don't think they're on the ground, and they would have been injured if it was Soul Guard off the adrenaline. So I think BT, and then adrenaline, then they ate the adrenaline. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was adrenaline BT, but it doesn't matter. They
Right.
got
Either
the
way,
protection hit and were able to zoom on off.
it was borrowed guard. Okay.
Borrowed guard, yes, indeed, borrowed guard.
Gosh dang it.
But
No,
do we think
man.
we're going to see another, like, similar style play there, where you see another VHS, or you think we're going to see, like, a more traditional pig build? Because the VHS kind of worked.
Yeah, the VHS worked. Wasted a lot of time. Man, it is. The only thing here is like, if that DC didn't happen though, Gil, I think they probably get three out. And so that's where I don't know, man. I'm not good with that with the VHS build at all. I bet if we see it, I wouldn't complain. But I think we go more traditional.
I would tend to agree. I think the VHS definitely slowed down the game, but in the long run, without that DC, I'm definitely thinking would have seen a 3-man out at the very least. So we'll have to wait and see what Ryan here decides to do. But, we're going to see Pig on Azrov's, and then Executioner and Executioner on the Suffocation Pit. So two very similar maps, and I'm excited to see what the Executioner can do most of all. What about you? Are you looking more forward to the second Pig match or more to the Execution matches?
More towards Executioner. I love seeing some Executioner gameplay. Is we saw some. I believe it was last week, and it was just some beautiful hits. A lot of patience, and it really. I don't know. To me, when it comes to Executioner, it's almost like art, because some of those hits, you're just like, wow, how did they even put that in their mindset that hey, they were gonna go this way? Like it's just beautiful to me.
Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love killers like Executioner, like the Artist, because it really does rely on your ability to get into the mind of the survivor and predict their movement, even if you can't see. But that's also why it can be so dangerous, and why sometimes you need to temper yourself and almost get into, okay, I'm not going to go for these cheeky shots. Instead, I'm going to just be very patient and ensure that every time I go for the Punishment of the Damned, or I go for my Dire Crows, I'll be able to guarantee a hit in some way, shape, or form. So it's definitely a very, like, give and take. I've been punished by going for those cheeky little mind game plays of Execution. I realized, maybe I need to be a bit more patient and guarantee the hits.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing with like your Huntress or just your a little bit of range killers. Is like sometimes if you take the cheeky hit, it can bite you right in the butt. So
Oh, yeah.
especially but more with Executioner, because man, if you miss, it just like dang it, man, I have to go chase him again and try to get another spot to get another good hit. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Indeed, indeed. But we are currently getting everything ready to go for Golden Wolves as the pig and Remedy as the survivors. So you're saying we're gonna expect a more traditional build for pig. So do you think Save the Best for Last is kind of within that conversation, that realm conversation? We did see it last game. I'm not sure if it got a lot of value. That match. What are your thoughts on Save the Best for Last in comp?
Yeah, I don't think we saw a lot of value, but I mean at the same time, like we didn't see a lot of value because our pig camped out
Yeah.
as Survivor, right? So I do think it could be used, especially with pig, but if you're gonna try to camp out or like a kill, you're not gonna see a lot of value there. So
Yeah, no,
that's like
I would tend to agree. No doubt, no doubt. But we'll have to wait and see. I think maybe the time Save the Best for Last could have come in clutch was during that unhook, actually. If they were actually able to hit the survivor and interrupt the unhook, I think that in that moment could have been clutch, because they only had, 2 stacks of save. They could have gotten the third, the fourth, maybe in the fifth if they got lucky, and really just interrupted that unhook and at least forced the 1-for-1 trade. But unfortunately, the killer getting latched onto the unhook and them having the iframes just couldn't do anything.
right, and that's what's unfortunate. But I think you're right. I think with if they would have done that, then you could have seen some save best for last value. But we'll see how this piggy plays out.
Yeah, but we are all set and ready to go. We got the go-ahead from our refs. And once again, we'll be jumping into trial number 2 of set number 1. Remedy versus Golden Wolves, this time with Golden Wolves as the killer, as the pig, on Azerov's resting place. And you know what I want to see, Gannicus? I want to see a singular head pop.
I would love
just one. Just give me one and I'll be satisfied.
That would be the play of the game.
Hey, you know what?
Week, to be honest with you.
It would be the play of the game and you wouldn't even see it.
Right, exactly. That would be awesome. I would love, I mean, oh man, if that happens, then somehow, some way, our piggy can give us a little bit of a view, that would be great. But man, oof, it would still be awesome.
Indeed, indeed, but we'll have to wait and see. And I'm excited. I think that I'm actually trying to think if we've seen Pig this entire season. I think this is the first time we've seen Pig this entire season. And with it being a mirror match too, is definitely a very much a treat, because you get to see how both teams think about playing around Pig, as they're a very unconventional killer. Because they're kind of like, you know what they're kind of like? They're kind of like Cenobite in a way. They have some, passive slowdown in a way, especially with the VHS, where you're able to, say, well, do you want to be on gens on the early game? At least Cenobite's kind of like throughout the match, and one person has to go get the box and reset it. Whereas here's like, okay, do you guys want a 99? Are you guys going to, just send it and have all 4 bear traps pop off? So it's very interesting to see how teams plan around these very unique killers like the Pig.
Absolutely, and that's, I mean, That's the thing about it is you can play against a pig the whole week, try to plan around it, try to get builds that are might be a little different than you would another killer, and see what you can do. And that's one of the cool things that I love seeing is every week people run different builds where you're like, wait, what? That was awesome. How did that work? You know?
Yep, absolutely. But we are finally loading on in. And we won't have to wait too long to see what add-ons this pig's bringing. We'll see if they want to go the same way that Remedy did with the VHS and see if they use any other add-ons. I mean, there's the creative gears that we saw, obviously. There's the bag of gears, jigsaw sketch. Even rule set number 2, which would be a surprise to say the least, where basically, that RNG pig make it so that they actually have to search for the boxes rather than being shown, which, might work out better than we saw the last. But with that being said, let's see. And I don't know about you,
VHS
but
again.
they did. They brought rule set number 2. They brought the VHS. And they're just going for that passive slowdown at start, especially where these survivors are going to have to now search for these boxes. They are not going to be able to see them until they are primed.
Yeah, this is if you don't play this right as a survivor, it can get sketchy, man. Now knowing where the boxes are. Oh.
Yeah, I think this very much is do the boxes on the corrupt side, 99 gens if you're going to touch the gens. Pig getting a really good pallet out of the way there, and oh, hello, haste as effect. Looks like we got a little bit of play with your food action here.
Absolutely.
However, RNG not entirely on the pig's favor here, as we do see Zarina with the bear trap now off her head.
That's what hurts. Is like once that bear trap comes off, it's game over. It's not game over, but you wish that it wouldn't have happened so quickly at the beginning of the game.
Indeed. But we are seeing them try to use this play for food to the best of their ability, checking out these gens. And this pig is now a zoom in here, as they are now seeing the Zarina, the only one without a party hat, the only one who has been uninvited from the party. And I think Pig did not take all too kind to that and will now go for the chase.
I feel like Zarina was actually VIP'd into the party and she said no.
Exactly. And that's one hit, one stack of play food left, and, maybe something else that you may have heard on the hit itself. Get another token of a save the best for last once again.
Absolutely. Play with your food is doing business right now.
Yeah, definitely is shortening these chases. No doubt about that. Zarina, though, not caring, going for the vault, and will get a life to the pallet. And Nancy going for a body block, but maybe not knowing that they might be actually helping the pig here.
Yeah, this is interesting right now because Nancy's still sticking around, not knowing that play with your food is active.
And that there will be another stack for the pig. She is just constantly running at Mach 5. And we see the power of play for food. That chase was really short. But I will say, even though that chase did get shortened, no more party hats are in the game.
Absolutely. The strat, like we've said so far, is get your party hats off first and then go and do gens. And our killer right now getting someone on hook and just basically roaming around, seeing maybe if the Nancy's still around.
Yeah, I would not doubt it, as the pig definitely a fan of play food stacks. And sure enough, there is the Nancy, but Chase not getting activated there. Now getting the chase, and pig going, thanks, Nancy, bye.
Absolutely. After a couple of those, you kind of have to imagine, right, that there's a reason why they like me so much.
Yeah, exactly. You have to think at some point, do they have play for food? And the answer is yes.
Absolutely, man. I keep thinking back to the Nancy, the Nancy's sticking around that gen, which literally, our pig can roam this little section if our Nancy stays there and just keep getting played with the food stacks, try to hit somebody else, and constantly just basically reloading.
Yeah, and this is seeming pretty reminiscent of our last match. We see 0 gens completed, all bear traps gone, second stage on this survivor. And looks like Pig is going to opt to now just chase out this Nancy and even kick the pallet. That is a full-on dry kick. No pop goes weasel unless they run an eruption, which I don't think we've seen this entire time.
No, not at all. And I mean, you still have 2, 3 now stacks again. You know, and she goes back to that gen. Man.
Yeah, and we see a survivor coming in for the unhook. We also see a deadlock out in the distance there. So the game is going to be slowed down by that. And these survivors not having a lot of resources available to them. But looks like Pig is just going to take the hit on the Claude there and then go back to the hook and try and interrupt, ensure that they're not able to get the unhook. And, ooh, spotted the Nancy, get another play for food stack. And I think Sad here, unlike the last game, is going to die on first hook.
Absolutely. Unfortunately for Sad, not in a great position. I mean, you had basically Piggy reloading, play with your food, and that hill right there kind of prevented everybody from doing anything. And wow, trying to take a body block right here.
And will get the stun, but I don't think the Pig cares. Like, cool, get your stun. I am fully loaded player of food. But looks like they may have lost that survivor. Oh, looks like they actually did keep track on them. Yeah. And I don't think they're going to be able to escape the Pig's wrath.
No, trying to bait out a dead hard and then a beautiful hit.
And looks like Deadlock is going to be putting in a little bit of work. Once again, locking down these main gens. And we're going to see another hook here. We'll see if this results in another kill, as I get a sense that the Pig's going to be sticking around.
So there's no reason for you to leave this area right now.
Oh yeah, gens worked on there. That's the most progressed gen to your knowledge. Though Nancy here with another well-progressed gen. And I imagine Pig wanting to get another stack of play for food and reload, but taking the hit instead and gonna go for the hook.
Yeah, getting this hook on Nancy, I mean, it might be a little man game. Maybe she doesn't know that yet, dude. I have no clue. And you're hooking her just for the heck of it, seeing if you can mind game her into thinking that you don't have play with your food.
I mean, there's no way they're seeing how quick this Pig is moving and not think play with food and or hacks.
Yo, that's what I thought 5 minutes ago, but our Pig kept reloading play with your food and nothing happened, so.
Yeah, that is true, that is true. We do see the bounce landing from the Nia trying to make some distance, but Pig not really caring if that play food stack does get the hit. I will note that, though, their status for last sticking around 0 this entire time. And if both survivors injured here, I think they might be in a pretty bad spot, not able to either A, get gens done, or B, going for this unhook, as Pig is consistently turning around to try and keep an eye on the Nancy on the hook.
Absolutely, right now, I mean, with 2 injured people, yeah, our Pig is, yep, they already know.
Pig a little bit frustrated there by that locker tech not getting a hit. And will, though, get the down on the Nia. And they're in a really good spot right now. This is a fresh hook on every single survivor. So if they have perks like No Way Out, this is going to be excellent for them, to say the least.
Yeah, getting those points, oof.
Never mind. We already know what all 4 perks are. We know Save the Best for Last, Play for Food, Deadlock, and Corrupt. So no way out. You know, they're just, getting their fresh hook points is all.
Absolutely. Now, at this point, do you feel like the Nancy's around here? Did she stay around? Yo,
looks like she is. And Pig getting another play for food stack just like that.
And that's the thing about it. It's like you want it. Look, our killer knows that Nancy's coming back over there, trying to maybe get another stack, seeing if she goes for unhook. This is good. This is good stuff.
Yeah, and just being very patient, trying to get the most value out of everything here. Keeping them all injured so they can't. And a little bit of a mind game there. They do get the chase, and I think they get the additional stack of play.
Absolutely.
So I think this Claudette and Nancy are out in the middle of no man's land. And it's going to mean that... oh, Pig going, no. You don't go down today. I want my stack.
Yeah, they want a second one. Yep, absolutely. Good stuff. I think that Nancy was trying to bait that.
Yeah, it would make sense, and now you're not able to do much at all as player food will make up that distance, and down goes the Claude.
Yeah, but now, I mean, you kind of have to slug it out. You know, the play here is for Nancy to go back to hook, but we'll see. Yep.
And there it is. We have only one stack of play at this point in time. Looks like they're gonna go say hi to Nancy, grab another real quick here, and maybe even try and find the Nia to stop them from do much anything. But the Claude with the Unbreakable over on the side will actually kind of bring this game back in the favor of the survivors here.
Absolutely great. Wow. Claudette having Unbreakable was awesome. And has it been this long that they don't have a DS anymore?
I think it was
Doesn't matter.
bait, unfortunately, yeah. So they tried to bait it out. Pig said, why not? You know, I don't lose a stack of player food for grabbing you. And that'll be another hook and death for the Nia.
Absolutely. We've watched a couple games where they have kind of held our killer hostage trying to get bait that DS, and our pig said, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a very strong spot right now and able to maneuver pretty freely around the map. It's going to be up to the Nia and the Nancy and the Claude to reset here, but unfortunately, looks like the pig is on top of the Nancy and will once again grab their stack and, okay, looks like they're committing now. Looks like they're going to commit to the Nancy. They just wanted their one last stack and say, okay, now I can kill you.
Absolutely. Get that stack and go home.
Indeed, indeed, and Nancy trying to make some distance there with the pallet, but player food not allowing it. There's the vault back, and the swing for the down. Very nicely done.
That was awesome.
Indeed, indeed, but at this point, just get the hook and, you know, hook them over by Shack. You know where Hatch is going to spawn? I think you're golden.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, knowing where the hatch is going to spawn, I mean, our Claudette, this is a rough spot.
Yeah, it really is, and Pig making the right move and trying to pressure off that gen does find the scratch marks of the Claudette, and this here is going to be the end of it, I feel. Does a little bit of an M2 fake there to get the pallet to drop, and Claude with not enough distance. Ooh. Oh, I think they're trying to mind game that just a little, and they kind of end up giving Claude a little bit too much distance.
Yeah, that was almost a great play, but a little bit of a mind game on themselves.
Yeah, just a little, and Claude doing a fantastic job, realizing what the pig's trying to do, and will fall off the tile. But with them still beyond this LT wall, it is but a matter of time until she goes down.
Absolutely.
So
now,
that there will be the 4K for Golden Wolves.
Right, I think what Claudette was trying to do another gen, right? That's what I would have done as well.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what she was doing, and Pig could have waited at the hatch and just waited 60 seconds for Nancy to die, but did the smart thing, went over here and tried to reduce the number of points that these survivors could potentially get by that point. And so, really good heads-up play there.
Absolutely, because I mean, all the points matter, and you know, going back and getting her off the gen was awesome.
Indeed, indeed. But with that being said, we are going to end set number 1 with Golden Wolves at 35 and Remedy at 21. So Golden Wolves will take this first set, and we now are going to move over to our Executioner mirror match, this time with Golden Wolves on the Suffocation Pit.
Absolutely. This is what a great paid game, by the way. Save the best for last, play with your food. Whew, some good stuff.
Indeed. I'm a little bit surprised about the save the best for last. I feel like it didn't get a lot of value once again, especially as the pig was taking a little bit of pot shots here and there at the Nancy, keeping them injured. And I think it really did work out for them in the long run, as keeping all those survivors injured allowed them a lot of good pressure by the end game.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing about it, play with your food with that Nancy. Oh my goodness, that was awesome.
Oh yeah, a ton of value.
I mean, holy smokes, you basically using Nancy as a reload, you know?
Yep. Exactly. But now we're just confirming if we are going to be the same lobby, if Ryan will also be playing as the Executioner, and it looks like they are. So not only do we get to see a pig game from them, we also get to see an Executioner and see how versatile they are on these killers.
That's awesome. Right? I mean, going from pig to executioner, that's a huge difference. So I'm excited to see
Yeah.
how it worked out.
It'll be very interesting indeed. And, you know, Executioner, as you said, a very different killer in comparison to the killer, or into, yeah, the pig. The pig is a very different killer in comparison to the Executioner. There we go. Like, I had a thought, and then it left, and then it came back. What are your thoughts here? We saw some really unique builds, some really unique add-ons. Are you going to see, I guess, more of the meta pick going in here? With double range add-ons for the Executioner and, you know, Corrupt, Deadlock, No Ed, No Way Out?
I think so. I mean, double range add-ons, I don't think you do anything. That's your executioner, meta, right? And
Yeah.
and it worked really well. I just don't see them bringing something different. I mean, if they do, awesome. But it gives you the best setup to win, right? And so you do what you need to win. I also think that with perks, you kind of go meta as well. You corrupt, maybe you pop. It just depends if you're gonna do an end game build. I mean, you deadlock, no way out. Maybe shoot, man. You bring in your no ed. So I think you go more meta. That was the two big games we had were really great because they really made Pig a better killer with that. I don't think if you bring
Yeah.
no ed and all that stuff, I don't necessarily see Pig being highlighted with those, but I mean, using save the best for last and perks like that do really help Pig a lot. So
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I'm very doubtful, but you never know, that we would see player food on the Executioner. That would definitely be a very interesting choice.
yeah, I don't. It would be interesting, big time. I would love to see a fast executioner, but I think you kind of side in the caution where it's like, hey, this is how executioner works. Let's bring our best and get going. So.
For sure, for sure. Well, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, last match. And kind of want to bring it up again. PTB this Tuesday, we're going to see the new killer, new survivor. What do you want to see as far as perks? We have no clue as far as the killer's power is concerned. We've seen a well, and that's it. Maybe a little bit of an inclination. With twins, they showed the teaser, they showed Victor. Okay, 2 killers. With the well, I have no clue. But with that being said, what perks would you like to see? Are you excited for new Scourge hooks, new boons, maybe a new exhaustion perk even?
Hey, I mean, I think you hit it around the head though, Giltspire. I think we might see more boons. We might see more spirit hooks. I think that's where, yeah, it's tending to go. But I like being surprised in a way where maybe it's something totally left field and it creates something different, right? I think boons is kind of survivor. I think you might see another boon, and I'm totally fine with that. But as a killer, man, I don't know. I maybe there's a change. Maybe they go something totally different, and that's what I'm kind of excited. Now, if they don't, I'm okay with another scourge hook. I'm okay with another perk. It's just gonna be. I'm just excited for it.
Yeah, no, that is fair. That is fair. As I said before when talking to Rue about this, I will give credit where credit's due, to the developer team in regards to their creativity with perks. Some of them do get a little bit redundant, sure. However, they definitely have been really good at making them unique, introducing more beginner-friendly perks, right? And I think we could see maybe, another beginner-friendly perk. We see, obviously, corrective action when working with another survivor that might be newer with that. We have seen, obviously, Technician off of Fang Min. So I'm trying to think of, what other beginner-friendly perk they could make for survivors. We have, Windows of Opportunity. We have Zenji Tactics for Killer. What else could you say, a perk that would benefit a new player in some way, shape, or form?
That's something that I mean, I'm thinking about what you're saying. I mean, we have a lot of perks. I mean, you have alert, you know, you have
Yep.
windows of opportunity, bond. There's so many perks that as you start out that let you see killer or let you see your teammates, let you see hatch. There's just a lot, and so I mean, thinking about it, I mean, that's a there's a lot of things that DVD has already covered. So I'd have to think about that one because I still haven't found something that could be different when it comes to beginner. Um, Man, that's a rough one.
Yeah, no, I think mainly for killer. Like I'm thinking like obviously there's like fixated, not fixated. What's the scratch mark one? Oh my god, it's been a while since I've even looked at it. Predator,
Yeah, yeah,
Predator
yeah,
from
yeah,
Wraith.
Predator. Yeah,
There's Bloodhound from Wraith. There is, I guess, Whispers that allows you to at least kind of get a sense for where they are. There's Bitter Murmur for aura reading when they do gen. So like some little things here and there. Obviously, Noed.
He's the
You know, Noed's
pursuer. You
a
know.
yeah, stuff like that. So I think there's still room maybe for killer to introduce some like beginner killer perks that they might be able to introduce.
Yeah,
But speaking of perks, we are going to be able to see what this killer has brought, and we do see the double range add-ons as we did anticipate, and of course, a good
absolutely.
old corrupt intervention.
Yeah, corrupt intervention, a staple, a beautiful, beautiful perk, especially on comp. And now, I mean, we have seen multiple teams though wait out corrupt beautifully, and so that's a as a killer, you have to kind of look where your corrupt is and then see, okay, do I try to find him in the corrupt zone or are they over there in the corner? Oh, look at this though.
Yeah, and look at that. They did find a Claudette putting down their trail of torment and was thinking that the Claudette was going to go for the pallet. Did not, though, but will get the hit. Claudette really did not want to get tormented there for sure.
Absolutely not. They wanted to get out of the torment zone. Our executioner, oh man, they wanted that bad. And you see there's two actually right there. Uh-oh.
Yes, indeed, and looks like
Beautiful
Claudette
hit.
will go down with nowhere to go. And this will be the first hook of the game.
Hey, it's always the win when you can get a hook. I mean, like 30 seconds, a minute, 30 seconds of the corrupted zone. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely very good spot for this killer to be in. The question is, what side are they looking to protect? We see this one jungle gym gen, and then a 3-3 split. So it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do as we see a skill check miss on that generator, and Zarina just not falling for the bait there on the punishment of the dam, but will get hit by that one nonetheless.
absolutely awesome going for that hit because I didn't know that they were going to make it.
Yeah, that was definitely a dicey one there, but looks like they're going to try and tunnel out this Claudette. I imagine going to be even trying to get them tormented so they can send them to the cage without fear of a decisive strike, but this Claudette not going for it, and
Ooh.
will just deny this killer's request, and will continue to loop the shack.
What patience by a Claudette. That was awesome.
Uh-oh, though. We
Ah,
now see her tormented, so you know what that means. This executioner is looking at her like she is free game without any worry of any second chance perk here, and Claudette will end up going down, and I think being sent over to the cage on the main side.
yeah, at that point when you're tormented like that and going to the, I mean our executioner, that was free game right there.
Yeah, and Executioner is going to know exactly where the cage is, and sure enough, there it is. And now they can kind of just put their punishment of the dam down, and you hate to see it, but Claudette getting farmed at the cage.
100%. Unfortunately, I don't know if they thought they had more time or if the executioner was somewhere else, but man, oh man, that one hurt.
Yeah, no, I mean, you've seen it time and time again, and this is what Executioner can do. You hook you once, you torment you the second time, and all of a sudden you are out of the game at one gen complete. And this is Ryan's game to lose here, as I think these survivors are going to be in a bit of trouble.
100%. Ryan has played this really well. Getting that first hook right immediately, almost at the beginning of the game. At this point, I mean, we used to have two people injured. This is great.
Yeah, and they are looking for that injured survivor right here, opting to go for this survivor at this corner as they're a little bit more out of position in comparison to the Nia. And, ooh, I
Wow.
see what they're trying to do there, trying to make some distance between the two. But unfortunately, with that extra range, Pyramid Head just able to get the hit.
Absolutely great timing on that, by the way, knowing that they were going to drop pallet and using that to time it was beautiful.
Yeah, and Pyramid Head here trying to go for the basement. This might be a little bit greedy, though, as they do get to the hook. I would want to say, though, that Serena definitely 99 on that wiggle and definitely cursing the game at this point in time.
Absolutely. Oh, that's the worst is when you get so close and yet so far.
Indeed, indeed, and looks like they're gonna dry kick that gen. No pop goes the weasel, and we have not yet seen any gen regression, passive or otherwise. And looks like they're going to just opt to stick this side. I do want to say, though, that the survivors have done a good job of splitting the gens, but Pyramid Head just being keen on the fact that these survivors are coming back for the unhook, and Nancy will get
Oh no.
tormented. And, well then, Zarina trying to crawl through the torment to guarantee she does not get sent away, but I don't think the Pyramid Head cares about a potential DS at this point.
No, not at all. I mean, you have the game in hand and look at your tournament trail. I mean, that was a great move to go torment through the pallet over there by the basement. Beautiful move.
Yeah, it really was. Really put the ball in Zarina's court and say, do you want to get tormented and be put into a cage and tunneled out, or do you just want to go back to the basement? And Zarina chose to go back to the basement.
Absolutely, that was a really like amazing play. And she said, "Hey, just take me to the basement, please."
Just end my suffering. And a
Ooh.
beautiful hit there, much like what we were talking about earlier. You know, one of the most satisfying things about the Pyramid Head is when they're able to predict a survivor's movement just like that and get a fancy hit there through the wall, downing the Nancy. And I think you could hook or cage here, and I think it'd be all set to go.
Absolutely. Now that was instinct right there, Giltspire. That you know that Ryan's probably seen a couple of survivors do that to him before or to them before.
Indeed. And man, they are at the exact same spot as they were prior. And so Pyramid Head here are probably going to do a repeat showing of what happened to the Claudette and attempting to tunnel out the Nancy as we speak. And I think at the distance that they are right now, there's no way they get to this arena in time.
Yeah, not at this distance. You saw the Nancy kind of go back because, yeah, unfortunately, Sad is dead.
Indeed, and beautiful bit of patience there. As we said earlier, you know, patience with Pyramid Head is the key. So fantastic hit there, and at this point, they could just kill them off. But Ryan being kind of keen on the fact that this Nia is going over to Shaq's side for the hatch, will actually go for the chase instead, and potentially risking there being a Unbreakable in play.
Absolutely, but at this point, I mean, Ryan's got this controlled, so even if there is, he's man, oh, what a hit! What a hit, dude!
Yeah, fantastic knowledge there. Seeing the bounce landing, knowing they're going to round the corner with that additional speed, not willing to slow down and compromise on the exhaustion perk. And going for another hit through that wall there. Not able to make it happen, but I don't know if Nia's going to be able to stay in chase for all that much longer, or if it will even matter in the long run, as at this point in time, I'm doubting that the Nancy has an Unbreakable.
Yeah, I don't know about that, and honestly, Ryan going back just to make sure that Nancy doesn't, seeing where she's at and getting that hook, because the last thing you want to do is hook Nia and then get Unbreakable.
Yeah, either that or just like not knowing where they are and having them bleed out. So definitely a smart move there to avoid that. You know, in the worst case scenario here, it could be that Kidder instead does have that Unbreakable. But given that they are not up, looks like that is a no-go and will be a 4K here for Golden Wolves.
100%, absolutely beautiful hits. We saw some amazing instinct by Ryan. Man, predicting what they were going to be at.
Indeed, indeed, and are we going to see a last-minute deliverance? If so, now is your time, but it doesn't look like it. But either ways, though, I mean, they still were able to do 3 generators against the Executioners, so definitely trying to stay here in the game, as we will be flipping sides with Remedy as the Executioner this time around.
Absolutely, dude. Doing 3 gens against Executioner with that much, I mean, pressure that our Executioner had was awesome.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, it was a smart move. We saw the Nia go back with everything and just pop off the gen real quick. Okay, we need to get some points here. Let's just pop off this gen, try and keep things close, try and at the very least get this point in some capacity.
Yeah, 100%. That was a great play, great patience, and I mean, and also give it up to Ryan again. That was great. Lots of pressure, great hits, knowing exactly like what our survivors wanted to do, as well as that basement hook.
Yeah.
That was a high risk, high reward, and it was a reward indeed, you know?
Yeah, no doubt about that. Like, very, very well played. Showed really good patience and restraint at the punishment of the dams. Great knowledge of where the cages were going to spawn to make the most of them. And, you know, did what Pyramid does, which is tunnel out survivors.
Hey, absolutely. I mean, knowing where the cage is going to be, unfortunate for Claudette. Claudette, I mean, honestly, that was sad to watch because, man, Pyramid Head was right there. Boom. Just
Yep.
slapping. So that was fun to watch.
Indeed, indeed. So it comes down to Remedy. They would need to get a 4K either at 3 gens to tie the set, or 4K at 2 gens to win the set. And I don't know, I think that is a tall order for any killer. They would need to be on point and make the chases as short as humanly possible. So I think outside of these survivors basically throwing the match, I'm not seeing much of a way for Remedy to bring this back.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough ask. That's have to be your perfect game, and so, I mean, it's a tough ask. But if you're in a killer mindset, you literally just have, oh man, you just have everything has to go your way, basically. You know, so um, we'll see. As survivors, you know what you got to do, and so you cannot make mistakes. The little mistakes, blowing up a gen or just not drop or not even dropping a valid, but having a bad chase can really lead our killer to snowball, and then you're in a world of hurt. So don't make mistakes and know exactly what you need to do to win this game.
Indeed, indeed. And as far as builds are concerned for this killer, like, if you're just trying to make sure that they are not able to do any gens, if possible, definitely thinking Corrupt, thinking Deadlock, maybe even as strange as it sounds, like Thanatophobia, Dying Light, stuff like that, to just slow down the game to a grinding halt, because your goal is to stop them at 2 gens.
Yep.
At the very least, at 3 gens. So you just need to think of, like, what perks can I use to, like, slow down the game as much as possible? And it's interesting when you're in that mindset. I've been there before and go, okay, what do I need? I'm gonna use Corrupt, Deadlock. Should I bring Thanatophobia? Because, bringing Noah ain't gonna mean much, right?
Right.
Bringing No Way Out ain't gonna mean much. So it really does, like, change the framing of what your objective really is and what you need to do in order to, claim victory.
Absolutely, and these are the positions where, like, the whole week as a team, you have to kind of develop strategies around what happens if we need this, what happens if we need that,
Yep.
what happens if we need that, right? Where you hopefully you can go, okay, you know what? I don't need an end game build right now. We literally need every slowdown possible, or a slowdown mix
Yep.
right now, right? And so hopefully our Remedy has done a job where they can just go, hey, this is what we need. Do loadout number 3 or whatever, and so that way our killer's not like, oh no, what do I choose? What am I gonna do? You know?
Yeah, no, and that's that type of indecisiveness that can kind of get you if you're not careful when you're kind of in the killer's shoes of going like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, I don't know. And like you're sitting there scratching your brain for a little bit too hard and you get a bit in your head like, can I even accomplish this, right?
Yeah, and we've seen it in the past. Once you get into that mindset, it affects your gameplay so much where you might lose a chase, and to us, it might be like the littlest chase in the world, and you're like, hey, don't worry, get back. But to that person, they're like, I just lost this chase, I lost the game.
Oh yeah,
You know?
no, I
And
mean,
so, man, it's tough. It's a tough thing to do, but the best thing you can do right now is hopefully you've been prepared where you have a slow down build or you have something like this for this type of scenario and you execute. Because if you
yep.
don't, that's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But we got the killer build in. We're just now waiting on the survivors as we speak. I want to return to PTB talk for a second because this is going to be our last match before we see the PTB. And then March will be quickly approaching as we're expecting the DLC to launch March 8th, which, happy birthday to me. I will not disagree with that
Oh,
birthday
wow.
present from Behavior. Do you think we're going to get a new map as well? We saw Eerie Crows from the artist. Do we think we're going to get, like, a ring map? Like, what would that even be? Would it be, like, an indoor map, maybe?
I that would be cool if it was an indoor map. I would love to see a new map. Just I'm a fan of new things, and oh man, I think they go big. I hope they get a new map, but I mean they might just introduce the rework of Haddonfield. I don't know. I haven't even heard when Haddonfield's coming back. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I expect with the PTB, we are going to see the graphically reworked Haddonfield. Now, what that means for the map, we really don't know. All we've seen
Right.
is the new assets for it, and so, like, it could just be a general graphical upgrade, like we kind of saw with some of the Coldwood maps, and no real change to the maps themselves. Outside of, like, Thompson House. Thompson House got a nice little rework, right? But I would love to see some TLC given to that map because it is... I don't mind the map. However, it's one of those maps, like, I don't mind it as long as the survivors don't know how to play it efficiently.
That's that's fair. That's 100% fair. Yeah, if you get a great survivor team in that map, it is a world of hurt. So I get that.
Yeah, I mean, I was running, just doing some challenges, trying to get my compendium built up of completed challenges for when it comes out. And I was playing, like, some Wraith and some Blight. Can I say, Blight on Eerie Crows is miserable. But, like, yeah, like, if survivors play maps smart, it sometimes doesn't even matter what killer you play as. It's just going to be a miserable experience. And Haddonfield's, like, definitely up there with, like, Bad Ham Preschool. And it's because those houses of pain. I will say, at the very least, I am very thankful that Behavior that Shadow Nerf Myers house from that Infinite that used to spawn there. It's very
Yes.
nice not having to deal with that anymore, at the very least.
Oh, that infinite was wild, man. As a survivor, try to abuse that thing. I'm not gonna lie. That was great. But as a killer, it hurts your heart.
That is true, but looking forward to, ideally, reworked Haddonfield. Want to explore it really thoroughly. I want to, I would love to see a new map. You know what I would love to see? Maybe not a reskin, but like maybe a reworked Hawkins. I would love to see Hawkins
That'd
come
be
back. As
cool.
much as people didn't like it, I think it's once again one of those situations of if you played against survivors who knew how to run it, it was miserable. If you as a survivor knew how to run it, it was great. Kind of like RPD in that nutshell as well. RPD is definitely in that realm.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't mind Hawkins as much as other people did. I guess. I love indoor maps. You know, like I really do. I think they're a lot of fun. Maybe because I've been playing Scratch Mirror Myers more. I don't know, man. I love indoor maps. Give me more, please.
The only map that I genuinely don't like playing on is Leary's. Leary's is like the only exception to where like doesn't matter playing Survivor, playing Killer. I don't enjoy that map in the slightest. Like every other map I can tolerate or I enjoy, but like Leary's by far is one of those where I go, why here?
Yeah, Yeah, I don't like getting sent delirious either, but I deal with it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for you with Scratch Mirror, it kind of makes sense a little bit, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I've been playing more Scratch Mirror Myers because it's a lot more fun. But dude, I still don't like Larry's. Even with Scratch Mirror.
That's fair. That's fair. With that being said, I do believe we have all of the Survivor builds submitted at this point in time. Just getting confirmation from the refs to make sure it is good to go. And we'll be jumping into our final trial of set number 2 and of this match, which is round 6. We are like 1 week out
My goodness.
from the end of season 2, or at least end of the regular season. Of course, we have our semifinals, our third place, and our finals that is going to be on March 5th.
Yeah, I can't believe it's happened this quickly.
Yeah, seriously.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun to see these teams, honestly, as well as play, but also grow right before our eyes, and the style of plays and everything like that it's just super cool.
Yeah, no, I would tend to agree. Definitely seeing a lot of growth, and it's gonna be very interesting to see what comes out of the season 3 qualifiers, as they are going to be best of 4 Swiss tournaments to see who does qualify for season 3. So hopefully we'll see you there joining us, as it'll be a 4-hour day from 12 to 4, more or less, of
Ooh, I'm excited
back
for
to
that.
back to back matches. So should be a fun time.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to see our qualifiers. I mean, oh man, just a lot of good stuff going on for next season.
Yeah, it should be exciting. A lot of good changes. For those interested, qualifiers signups are currently live over on the Discord. If you have a team or you want to join a team, definitely make sure to use the !Discord command. And the official rules, the updated rules for Season 3 will be out next Sunday. Basically giving it a lowdown on any changes we're making, from add-ons to killers to maps to team sizes. So definitely a whole lot of good stuff going. But with that being said, we are officially in the match, and we see Jade as the Executioner.
Absolutely. Here we go. We're starting out with some corrupted zone. I believe there's like a survivor over there.
Yeah, I definitely think we saw that. I think they may have as well. But, meandering around here, and there's a noise notification in the background. What in the world was that?
Yeah, I don't know if that was if they went through. Oh, the window. Yep, right there.
Yeah, maybe they're just fast vaulting to get a bit of attention, grab the Pyramid Head, and take him over to this side, which might make a bit of sense. We see a 4-gen back here on the main side, so definitely something that these survivors are going to want to get rid of as soon as possible.
Holy smokes, this is great right now. I mean, our executioner has to know that this is the side they want to be on. Basically, yeah, drop all the pallets, drop everything. Like, I will chase you around this place the whole time.
Yeah, indeed, and we see multiple survivors here. This Pyramid Head having to make a choice. Who do I chase? Where do I go? And looks like they'll opt to pressure the generator here instead. And almost a minute and 30 seconds have passed for this corrupt intervention, and these survivors just making great usage of their resources and trying to make distance here with that balanced landing. Good stuff.
That was a great balance landing, creating a lot of space.
Unfortunately, maybe looking behind them a little bit too much, but Pyramid Head realizing they can't really leave their active 4-gen back here, and will double back and drop chase on the Nia.
I almost feel like the Nia wanted. I feel like the Nia wanted to get hit, seeing if Pyramid Head could keep the chase going so that they could do the gens over here.
Yeah, I would not doubt that in the slightest. Claudette dropping that for distance. And I think we're going to see the tried and true method of just eking out value. I mean, then again, Golden Wolves just needs to literally do 3-4 generators, and they've got the match, so it doesn't really matter. Beautiful hit, though, there by the Pyramid Head, but I think Meg's going to just run to the other side and call it a day.
Absolutely. Beautiful hit, but I mean, like we said, right now, you have got to be aware of what you need. And I think Golden Wolves, they know 100%.
Oh yeah, indeed, indeed. And I think the worst thing you can hear as this execution right now is how many gens currently have progress. So
Yeah.
definitely hurting. And we see the first gen pop off. And these survivors should be aware that there is now a deadlock in play. Execution trying to work through this body block will end up holding it and will get the down on the Megan, but takes them outside of the 4th gen. So I would be surprised if they continue with the pickup.
Oh, but oh my goodness, here we go.
Yeah, here's
Did you
the
see that
pickup.
running?
And a
Uh-oh.
firecracker attempt, but just not able to get it in time.
No, not at all. That was a little bit closer and a little bit better timing, maybe a little bit later, and they got that.
Yeah, but now the question is, are these survivors going to be able to do any of these gens back here? Like I said, they only need 3 or 4 gens, and we see an injured and tormented Claudette here. So that could prove very interesting if they're able to get this down. The question is, would they want to even cage on this side? I think they might want to hook here.
Yeah, I would hook.
Yeah, I think hooking back here, very similar to what we saw with the Plague match, where basically if you can hook back here in your 4th gen, you're in a very, very strong position. But these survivors not making it easy here for the Pyramid Head, and they are dropping chase to the Claudette, instead going for the Fang Min.
Yeah, I don't know about this one because the Fang is looking like they're trying to get the Pyramid Head to run with them.
Yeah, and we just hear so many of these generators right now just cranking out. And so Pyramid Head needs to commit to something here, for if they don't, I think it's just going to be all for naught in the long run.
Absolutely, and that one right there, that one hurts.
Indeed, indeed, and this survivor bringing Pyramid Head actually back into the 4th gen. A little bit surprised to see that, and then Meg off in the distance getting tormented on something. But Pyramid Head paying no attention to that, just trying to get the hit, and they do get the hit there on the Claudette.
Absolutely beautiful hit. They have to know that there's people. Oh, I thought that was gonna hit somebody.
It was probably pretty close. We do see that deadlock in the distance, and that does not bode well for this Pyramid Head, as there are plenty of gens with progress right now, and this Nia trying to get this Pyramid Head's attention with this balanced landing.
Absolutely, we've seen Nia use that balance landing really well on our Pyramid Head right now, just seeing if he can hook somebody.
Indeed, indeed, and this Nia trying to keep the attention of the Pyramid Head is successful in doing so, as Pyramid Head will break the pallet, and Nia back in this main area will be hit, but will now run across to the shack side to get healed, I think.
Yeah, going for that heal. I mean, at this point, they have 3 gens done. I mean, man, this is gonna be a tough one for a Pyramid Head to come right from.
Yeah, to try and get 3 kills within the time that 1 gen can pop off, given that we see deadlock over there. All Golden Wolves really need to do is tap that, and they are good to go. And we see it right there. We see that that gen pop, and that is going to spell the end for this set. Risky speaking, the rest of this is just for their own pride. And we will see the hit on the Fang Min, but these survivors doing a fantastic, fantastic job.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they almost are stepping into torment to get the attention to get him away from the survivor friend.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. And we see this gen. It is only but moments away from getting popped off. And even then, we still see that 1 gen in that far corner. Like, it's a 2-1 split now. The Pyramid Head has nothing to work with as we speak. So, really is a painful position there. Pyramid Head also forgetting that they did not have a pallet there to work with. And I think will get the hit.
You saw the same thing I did. I was wondering, that was a little bit of hesitation right there by our Pyramid Head, thinking there was a pallet right there.
Indeed, indeed, and Meg trying to keep attention of the Pyramid Head here, And Pyramid Head going for the commitment. We'll see the pallet drop, though. Interestingly enough, maybe trying to set up a life play.
Yeah, setting something up right now. I mean, at this point, Pyramid Head, you're trying to get that down, seeing if maybe you brought something end game, but I don't know.
Yeah, but as we said earlier, it didn't really matter in the long run regarding end game, right?
It shouldn't. That's the thing about it is like, you didn't want this to get to end game because if it gets to end game, you know you lost.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. Meg staying up there on the hill, not willing to give this Pyramid Head any additional pressure. And Pyramid Head, you know, saying, fine, I'm going to chase the Fangman instead.
Yeah, now Fang has been doing a great job of running, so I don't know if this is the right move.
Yeah, and there's the adrenaline for the Meg, instantly healed, and we do not see a haste status effect. However, we do hear of No Way Out, and no shock here. There was a Noed, but the keyword there was.
100% there was, and now, I mean, the thing about it is like our Survivor team was so coordinated that they were able to have a lot of pressure on the Pyramid Head itself, baiting chases, doing totems and gens. That's awesome.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job, but a fantastic hit there.
Beautiful
Not
hit.
that it will mean much in the long run. And another follow-up punishment of the damned on the Claudio. Let's see if they get a third, but no turkey here.
I wanted them to get that third, not gonna lie.
It would have been pretty awesome, not gonna lie, but I think they cage here. I don't think they should pick up. It would send them to the other side, but I don't think these survivors would have enough time to get the unhook and then go to the execute.
Absolutely.
This Pyramid Head's just being very careful, though, not wanting to go for the cage for one reason or another, even though they have the opportunity to. I mean, they physically can't pick up. They know that. And every survivor's here, so yeah, go for the cage, run to the other side, and call it a day, right?
Absolutely. At this point, like, you know that they're going to be running for the cage too, or maybe they just take the easy out. I mean, yeah, I would cage them.
Oh, here's the pickup incoming. They try and go for them too, not able to make it happen, and now here comes the body blocks. Do we see the triple hit? We see the double!
Ooh, nice.
Can they follow it up? Yes,
Nice.
they can! Cage it. Just do it, Cager!
Oh,
Don't pick her up,
no.
Cager, my friend! Do what Pyramid Heads do best!
Cage.
There's the pickup on the Meg. We
Yep.
see the Fangman and a vault in front of the face of the Pyramid Head.
Yo, that was cheeky.
Oh, look at that. This is why you cage people, my friends, because if they had, they wouldn't have this issue. And Pyramid Head, I think, just given up here as there's 3 survivors ready to go out, 1 trying to take the chase, and Pyramid Head now just doing some 360s for the hell of it.
Absolutely. I mean, shoot, man. At this point, you're trying to see. I would see if I could do some trick shots.
Yeah, you know, why not? Why not? Looks like this survivor, though, going to be in the locker. Was Nia the one on the hook? Who was the one on the hook?
I don't know if it was Nia. Now that I'm thinking
Wait,
about it.
oh! She had inner strength.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Well, if it was DS bait, they certainly baited out and got some inner strength value. Fangman nowhere to be seen. I imagine sitting at the shack for the hatch.
Yeah, I think that's where Fang's at as well.
But not escaping just yet. Maybe even on the other exit on the other side. Fangman not leaving there. Oh, there she is. She took the scenic route. She took the scenic route.
You wanted to look, see the spots.
Exactly. And Fangman saying, all right, send me out in style. Close there, doing some 360 practice, and Fangman will go down, and I think do a 360 cage. But with that being said, that there will be the end of this match, resulting in Golden Wolves with 76 points and Remedy with 33.
Yeah, absolutely great play by our Survivor team. I mean, man, just baiting and being able to still stick to their gen pressure and not worry about not even worried about getting into the trail tournament or anything like that. That was awesome because it really did kind of confuse our pyramid head and give them those extra seconds that they needed.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Overall, amazing plays there by the Survivor team. And with that being said, congratulations to Golden Wolves and GG, well played to Remedy. And that there, friends, that's the end of tonight's matches. And before we go, though, Gannicus, the Manicus, where would everyone find you next time you go live?
Yeah, over here on twitch.tv/Ganica0_0 tomorrow, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time.
Awesome, awesome. And of course, guys, I am your Commissioner Giltspire. Not only am I that, but I am also an educational Dead by Daylight player here to teach you guys how to play Killer and survivors how to play against Killer. I'll be live tomorrow at 7 p.m. CST, where we're going to be doing some RNG pigs. Even going to hit the lottery with the VHS, as well as rule set number 2. With that being said, though, guys, we'll be live next week at 12 p.m. CST with Group B, as they'll be closing out round number 6. And then, next Sunday, we have the last round for Group A, the 7th round of this season, before we move into semifinals to see who will qualify from both groups and go head-to-head with the best of this season. So definitely make sure to stop on by and say hi then. But on that note, we'll see you on then. Bye-bye!